All right, everybody, I'm catching you guys a little bit late. It is August 6th, and I do have 5 players here for the Fabtastic 5. I'm going to hop right into it. This is going to be a pretty quick one, but I do want to get you these players here. First name, Tristan Casas. Over the past month, or 30 days, I should say, he's been wonderful. 7 home runs, 358 average, 1203 OPS, and he just seems to be performing really well at the right time in a Boston offense that is going to score a lot of runs or a good amount of runs, but could be one of those post-trade deadline second half breakouts. He is 64% rostered on Yahoo and 43% on ESPN. Second guy here is Jake Cronenworth. Over the past 2 weeks, he's been batting .333 with an .842 OPS. Counting stats are not wonderful. I believe it is 8 runs, 3 RBIs, no home runs, which is kind of worrisome. The counting stats in general have not been as good this year, but that Padres lineup does seem to be heating up. I think that they could, play a role in maybe a second half, maybe not, breakout or, just a resurgence from Drake Cronenworth. He's also multi-position eligible, so I believe it's first, second, and shortstop, at least in Yahoo. Maybe the case in ESPN as well. But a guy with a lot of versatility and an offense that seems to be warming up and the average is coming up. That is Jake Cronenworth, 56% rostered on Yahoo and 64% on ESPN. Jamer Candelario, or Jamer Candelario, is the third guy here. He got traded at the deadline from Washington to Chicago, so it's a much better lineup context. And he's been swinging a good bat, 409 average over the past couple weeks with a 12-14 OPS, 2 home runs, 14 runs, 8 RBIs, and a stolen base to go along with it. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words here. But again, better offense. Maybe there's some natural regression for Candelario coming, as he has been, I want to say, a top 10 performing third baseman in both points and roto leagues this year. So maybe there's some natural regression, but the fact that he moves to Chicago in a better lineup, I think that it does help him. He is 65% rostered on Yahoo and 29% on ESPN. Marcell Ozuna is going to be the fourth guy here. Seems to be breaking out of his cold slump. He is a very streaky hitter, but he has 6 home runs over the past 30 days. And to be quite honest, I think that the Braves lineup is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here with Marcell Ozuna. Just somebody that when he's hot and his lineup is the way it is, where the Braves are just rolling over teams, it seems like, except for the Chicago Cubs. So congrats to Cubs fans here. They won a series against the Braves. But Ozuna is in that high-scoring, high-powered lineup, and he seems to be, breaking out of his slump, like I said, which is a recipe for success for him and any of those that own you as a fantasy owner. But he is 50% rostered on Yahoo and 19% on ESPN. Last guy here, Curtis Mead, a high-end prospect. I believe he's a top 30 prospect according to MLB. I know that prospect rankings vary from site to site, person to person, so it's a little subjective there. But he is a high-end prospect. He may get moved back down when McClanahan comes back from his injury, so it may be a short-term move, but it may be worth a stash going forward as well, depending on how he plays. I think there's a lot of potential here. 283 average, 809 OPS in the minors this year, over 50 games. Power hasn't been there as much this year. He only has 3 home runs, but it's not something that I'm as worried about. I just think that with the amount of contact that he makes, he should be all right, and that is Curtis Mead, 5% rostered on Yahoo, 1% on ESPN. I know that was kind of a quick one, guys. I do apologize, but I will see you back next week.